Because Kamala Harris.
This is our reaction to the debate.
Economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, "Are you better
Turn it up a
off
little
than
bit.
you were 4 years
Please,
ago?"
please.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle class kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families
need support
to raise their children.
to raise their children.
Intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax
Let them
credit
eat
that we've
cake.
given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat.
God damn.
One of them is small businesses. My mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan
He doesn't want you to have a crib.
before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion.
Why is she allowed to talk about what he's going to do?
My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on everyday goods that you rely on to get through the month.
When did he say that? He wants a 20%
Trump
sales.
sales tax would actually result for middle-class families in about $4,000 more a year, because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the middle-class people paying for tax cuts for billionaires.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. They would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places they've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history.
He says the same things over and over.
21%, but that's being generous.
It's hilarious, like the same phrases, like we've never seen before.
80% higher than they were just a few years ago. This has
She's
been
like,
a
no,
disaster
it's
for
not
people,
true.
for the middle class, but for every class.
lying.
On top of that, we have millions
20%
of people pouring
sales
into our
tax, she
country
said.
from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking
Is that what they call them?
jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics, and also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon.
Unions are going to be affected.
You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora.
Yeah,
in
The Simpsons.
Colorado. They are taking
In
over
Springfield,
the towns.
Ohio.
They're taking over buildings. They're going in violently.
Who?
These are the people that she and Biden let into our country, and they're
Oh, the
destroying
ones
our
that-
country.
yeah, well.
They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created
Well, some
one
of
of
them
the
are.
greatest economies in the history of our country.
Did he?
I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression.
Really?
Donald
I don't
Trump
remember that.
left us
No.
the worst public health
I don't remember that.
epidemic in a century.
An epidemic.
Yeah, that you guys
Worst
started.
our
Oh
democracy.
my God.
Trump
Since
caused the
Civil
Rona.
War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess What we
They
have
did?
done and what we intend to do is build on what we know
Oh,
are the aspirations
man.
and the hopes of the American people.
The
But I'm here to tell you all
aspirations
in
and
this
hopes of the
debate
American
tonight,
people.
you're
That's
gonna
all she
hear
cares about.
from the same old tired playbook.
Same old time. I'm
A
like,
bunch of lies, grievances,
well, he
and
has
name
lied.
calling.
Like, I gotta
What you're
admit.
gonna hear tonight
But he wasn't
is
that
a
bad.
detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if
Uh-oh.
he were elected again. I
Again.
believe
Elected
very
again.
strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all
She
Americans.
pledges.
President Trump will give you a minute here to
She's
respond.
pledging.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas.
Why is she allowed to just stand there and lie about him? I don't
It makes
understand.
no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows
They
I'm
just
an
stand
open
there
book.
right in front of him and be
Everybody
like,
knows
tell
what I've been
bald-faced
doing.
lies, and then we're just all like,
And create a great economy.
guess that's the
like I did
goal.
before. We had the greatest
All right, that's my
economy
coverage.
we've had
That's all you're
since the
getting.
pandemic.
It's
And the
hilarious.
pandemic
I gotta go to
was
bed.
Not since